trying. I need you to reach over and hand me my phone, please.
Uh-huh.
Hand me my phone.
Oh.
My other game. Oh, there it is. All right. Going overtime on Safari Week, same, good luck. Yeah, I am Maleficus. I had a late start, right? So I didn't really get to do much. So I decided I might as well go into overtime and try and actually get a full week going. How are you doing? Have you found anything yet? I hope the audio's alright. I was thinking about putting on some music. Maybe we'll put on some music in just a minute. Just something to, you know, kind of get the going, get the vibes going. Take a little break from Elden Ring. The success of that game. It's just too easy. We're just blowing through it. We had to take a break. Man, is it just me or does that look blurry? I don't know. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Maleficus. You, what are you hunting in? Are you hunting in Kanto, or are you hunting in Hoenn? Are you doing both? Oh, I guess you could also be doing Johto, right? Or Sinnoh as well. Good plan. Yeah, I missed all this past weekend plus a couple days, so I've got the same idea. I failed Nidorino and Nidorina, but I caught another Nidorino and a female Nidoran. Nice. So you basically even out there. Yeah, my first Safari shiny this week was Paras, and it 3-shake faked me and then ran away. And then I found the Doduo, which was pretty exciting. I almost missed it because I didn't even notice it. The only reason why I saw it was because when I looked down, I saw the sparkles coming on screen. But holy moly, just Kanto. I've got 4 games. Yeah, I'm trying to do Hoenn just to add some extra encounters in there. But honestly, this is actually really awkward to do. Like, it's not as fluid as me just using 4 Game Boys. But it's adding some extra encounters. Although I guess it is kind of slowing down how fast I'm going at Kanto, because doing just Kanto, I can do about 1,000 encounters an hour with these 4 games. So I think it's gonna slow me down, but it'll be alright. We'll probably make up for it. I mean, if we see a shiny Girafarig, that'll be pretty amazing. I wanna try and get a Girafarig so I can transfer it all the way up and evolve it into Farigiraf. Rip 3-shake fake is brutal. Yeah, like I'm getting shinoed a lot by Doduo, so I'm always worried I'm gonna miss one. I keep shinoing on the female Nidoran. I keep, like, every time the shadow goes by, it looks slightly purple or slightly pinkish as it's going by in the shadow, and I'm like, oh, is that shiny? And then it's never shiny. So, but did you have any specific targets that you were hoping for this week, or are you just going for whatever you can find? So I guess 2 of my games can find Pinsir and the other 2 games can find Scyther. I think those are version exclusives. And then I've got all of them in the area where it's... I think this is the 5% area for Kangaskhan, which, if I'm being honest, is my main target. I would love a Kangaskhan and a Safari Ball. That's the main thing I want. I wouldn't mind getting the Paras Reclaim. Oh, yesterday I also stopped and I was doing some fishing encounters too, and the Goldings, one of my games is more washed out than the other in terms of color, and the Golding and the Sea King kept shinoing me because it's the washed out color makes it look lighter, and if I remember correctly, shiny Sea King is just a kind of washed out color, more orangish, I guess. Let's see, your targets are Doduo and Kangaskhan. Kanga as a Holy Grail Safari Shiny. I not only want to catch a Safari Ball Shiny, but I want to use it in a playthrough. I'm thinking about starting a kind of like a more hardcore Shiny only playthrough, and just using all kinds of incredibly difficult Pokemon to catch. You know, like using Charizard, Kangaskhan, and I don't know who else I'd pick after that. Doduo is an easy addition to an overall color quest to get every Gen 1 fully evolved green shiny. Ooh, nice. Let's see, so there's Mr. Mime, there's Dodrio. I think Firo is yellow, right? Not green. And then you've got Machamp, of course. Who else is green in Gen 1? There's Tangela, that's green. Hitmonlee. Who else is there that's green? Hardcore shiny playthrough sounds awesome. Yes. I've been thinking about doing. I see a lot of people who've done like shiny only Nuzlockes in games, but the one thing that's thrown me off on that is I can't tell if they're actually. I think they're all using them on games that are like not legitimate, so they can do speed up the times and everything. Which, I mean, no hate towards them on that, but I kind of want to do one on completely legit legit hardware, so that's... I've been thinking about doing like a shiny Nuzlocke. I don't know though, I don't know if I could do 81-92 odds, risk losing a Pokemon and then have to release it. That's pretty brutal. But, especially if like nobody ever watches it, that would be even more painful. All that work for nothing. But, you know, it'd be fun. I just don't know who I'm gonna pick as a starter for that, because, I mean, I've been thinking about picking Squirtle, which wouldn't be too bad of a choice. But, because I was looking at it and it's like, unless I hunt another shiny before Brock, there's no way I beat Brock with just a Charmander if I keep it at Nuzlocke rules and don't go over leveled. You know, with Metal Claw, there's just no way I break through Onyx unless I get stupidly lucky with some crits, or you know, if I use Smoke Screen and then make it miss a bunch of attacks. And I tried it with Butterfree too, in case I wanted to get do Butterfree as my starter, and I was winning like essentially one out of 3 games against Brock with just a Butterfree. So that one's a little Butterfree is actually surprisingly, even though it's 4 times weak to rock, it was more effective at beating Brock than Charmander was. Just because you can sleep powder the Pokemon, and you know they have worse special defense than they do defense, so you've got a higher chance of doing more damage, and then of course keeping them asleep really helps out. And Charmander just doesn't really get those things. Firo, I've been debating including. Oh yeah, Jolteon as well. Venusaur, yes. Yeah, that's right. It is green. That would also include all the other grass types too, then, right? Victory Bell and all that. Beedrill. I've phased a few times in Viridian Forest. Imagine phasing on it with a Viridian Forest Pikachu. Tauros and Chansey. Man, that's crazy. A bit late for Safari Week, huh? Yeah, we started the week late, so I know it ended on Thursday, but I decided since I started late, in order for me to get a full week, I'm not even gonna do a full week myself, just cause what is it? I guess technically I'm just gonna do this weekend, which would essentially only be half a week of Safari Zone hunting for me, but I'm alright with it. We've already gotten 2 shinies. Unfortunately, only one of them was caught. I just really want to try and get another phase, so maybe I can have a little bit better of a video to post. I sleep like what?
Freaking pillow. I don't get it.
1 second, let me...
Huh?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing talking to this. Alright, let's see. I'll give Tauros and Chansey an honest Safari Zone try, but I'll probably breed them in Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. That's definitely a good way of doing it. Oh yeah, Mewtwo will be Mewtwo, which would be really cool final hunt of the quest. That's awesome. Which games got the shiny Doduo? This game right here. Man, I hate how blurry it looks. I don't understand why it's so blurry. Yeah. Shiny Doduo, female.
You got shiny?
Yeah, I got a shiny yesterday. And who knows, maybe we'll get extra lucky and we'll find a shiny Wailord while we hunt. That would be pretty crazy. We passed 3,000 Wailords yesterday, so we're officially in the 3,000s now. Did you do any Safari Zone hunting, Abyssal? I think the next hunt we're gonna do, by the way, is gonna be another stupid crazy hunt.
Like this one already isn't?
Oh, well, you know,
Huh?
this one is probably gonna be pretty intense
Have
too.
you still haven't gotten Gimme Gold?
No, I have not gotten Gimme Ghoul yet.
What about Warlord?
No, I've got 3 games going for Wailord right now. Wailord I'm not tripping about though. Because I knew Wailord was going to be a slow hunt. Granted, I had hoped I'd get it below 3,000 encounters, but it also builds up some hype doing it alongside every other hunt that I'm doing it by. It'll be perfect for the video. I already have an idea of... I've had 2 different ideas of how I want to do the video. So we're at 2,200 encounters right now in Hoenn, going for shiny Girafarig, and we're at 1,900 encounters in Kanto, going for a shiny Kangaskhan. This is phase 3 for Kangaskhan. We haven't found any shinies in the Safari Zone in Hoenn this year. Last year we did find Magikarp, which was our target. It was the only shiny we did during last week. Or last year, I mean. No, but I was considering doing it briefly. I was just about to ask what the bicycle hunt was, but you covered it, lol. 3K deep. Hope you get it soon. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully. So are you familiar at all with the Waylord hunts, Maleficus? The hunt is at 217 hours, by the way. That Waylord hunt. 3,100 encounters and over 200 hours. That's a long time. No clue at all. So basically, in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, there's one route that you can find a fully evolved Waylord, and that's Route 129. Waylord, you can also find on that route Pelipper, I think Wingull, and Tentacool, and Waylord. Now Waylord only spawns 1% of the time, and it spawns between levels 36 to 40. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. The issue is that in Sapphire and Emeralds, you can find Tentacool that are the same level or past the level that you can find Waylord in, so you can't really repel trick for it. But in Ruby only, which is probably a mess up on their part, an oversight on their part or something, you can do level 36 repel trick in Ruby, and it gets rid of all the Pokemon aside from Waylord. Now, as you can see, the encounters are stupid slow. Like each of these games on average I'm finding an average of 14 Waylords an hour is my current average. Each game takes about 14 minutes. Yesterday I had 3 games going and I went 30 minutes without finding a shiny. So it's very slow in between encounters, but it's made it 100% chance. And of course then you just got to do the glitch, as you say it, the Jesus bicycle glitch, in order to get on top of the water, which has made me wonder, like, as soon as this hunt is done, I'm gonna go to Lily Cove, and I'm gonna try and bunny hop on those puddles there that are on the lake. I want to see if they actually created the animation of bouncing on water for that, because I think if I stand on the edge of the beach and I bunny hop, it'll make that puddle of water, but I'm not sure. And then we're also planning to hunt for a Gen 3 shiny Dunsparce, or shiny Dunsparce that we can evolve into a 3-segment Dunsparce. That's one of the goals that we have. I don't know why I've been thinking a lot about doing shiny Tangela, so we might do that as well. Like, I don't really like Tangela too much, but maybe just because it's 100% encounter rate and it seems pretty cool. Dang, that sounds cool and will be super satisfying once you get it. Shame I actually only have copies of Sapphire. Yeah. It's super exciting to do. I wanted this hunt. I saw Sonics do it, and Sonics and Gen 300 are the 2 people that really got me into doing old gen hunting for shiny Pokemon. Those were some of the first 2 that I found. And there's only like 4 people currently on YouTube who have found this shiny Waylord, so I'm hoping to be number 5. Which there's a good chance that I can be. Although I think there's somebody else who's starting up the hunt here soon, and I think he's gonna be like 20x hunting Waylord, so he's gonna blow through encounters a lot faster than I am.
Why don't you do more?
Because every copy of Ruby is like $80, and then it's gonna feel kind of bad if I buy another copy of Emeralds, and then another copy of Ruby, and then finds the shiny. Because I've got my money on this game, because that's the game that finds a lot of my shinies. It found my Ralts, it found Torkoal, it found Groudon. I think it found cast form. The majority of my targets that I've found have come from one game, and that's my Ruby game at the top, at the very tippity top that has the swimmer circling it. That game's my lucky file, so I'm expecting to find my shiny Wailord on that game as well. Also, RE, shiny giraffe rig, amazing target. I once got a shiny giraffe rig during a Heart Gold badge quest. I googled palindromes to name it. I found Dr. Awkward. That's crazy. Dr. Awkward is a palindrome.
What's a palindrome?
Dr. Awkward.
Oh wow.
That's a great name. Were you, when you were doing your badge quest, was your giraffe rig your target, or did you just stumble across it? You know? I need some tunes. Let's get some tunes going.
Whilst bestowing recovery upon allies. During the ultimate.
Alright. There we go. Now we got a little music going. I don't know, have targets when I do badge quests. I just play with what the game gives me, let fate decide. Nice. That's a good way of doing it. My first playthrough I did on a game was, we're gonna turn that down just a smidge. Was, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and I did a badge quest on that game. That was actually a lot of fun. Man, that was so long ago. That was like...
Your Ninetales?
2 years ago. Yeah. That's officially 2,000 encounters, by the way, for Kangi.
Were we here when you got it?
What?
Were we here when you got it?
What? What'd you say?
Nothing.
But is my How is the stream, by the way? Is everything still good, by the way? Hopefully nothing's looking or sounding too bad. Meanwhile, I'm just doing a triple Masuda hunt and Violet. It's more interesting that way. Oh, are you doing the 3 starters and it's just whichever one shines first? That's what I did when I did my shiny playthrough. We ended up pulling a Sprigatito. I do need to go back and hunt the other 2, Fuecoco and Quaxley. Looking at sound and fine, no worries here. Good, good, good. Glad to hear it. It's sometimes when I have too many things on my PC, it freaks out, and I got a lot of things going on my PC. Oh man. I went to the hospital today, get checked up. They freaking stuck a needle in my arm and drew a lot of blood. That's the worst.
Want to be 1 vial?
It was 2 vials.
That's not a lot of blood.
It's a lot more than what people normally take from me.
No.
Yeah. Nobody takes blood from me.
Okay.
It's such an uncomfortable feeling. I hate needles. The nurse who was doing it was probably found it funny that I was uncomfortable, because I was looking away. I feel like if you look at where they stab you, it hurts even more, I think.
No.
And I don't know, I just didn't want to do it, so I was like squeezing the armrest and looking away. And she's like, "You okay?" I was like, "Yes." And she's like, "You don't like needles?" I was like, "No." And then she kind of laughed and then kept, she's like, "1 more vial." I was like, "Okay." But no, I don't like that kind of thing. It's no fun. Doing 2 starters and a fish. Fuecoco, Totodile, and Hisuian Basculin. Nice. Run away, Boba Fett. What does creeping closer do? Does that make the Pokemon easier to catch or something? Damn, that sucks. Getting blood drawn is always stressful. It's been kind of sore today, but I mean, I'll live through it.
After I tried ripping your band-aid off.
Yeah. Ripped my band-aid off and hurt me.
Pull a lot of your hair out.
Oh. Japanese game has found a Wailord? I need a school of Wailords right now. You know what I need to do? I need to find... I don't like the quality that my phone is recording these games on. I need to find out what camera, like... I need to find a good camera to record these games on, so I can do this and not worry about it, because I keep looking at it and it looks fuzzy and blurry, and I do not like that. I'd love to find out what camera, I was gonna say Asmongold, Absol Blogs uses. I guess they both start with A, so it's not that far off. Hey, that last Wailord took 13 minutes to show up. We've had really good luck this year, at least. The 2 shinies that we got were both under odds. Paras was after, what, 4.6 thousand, and Doduo was after 1,000. Most of the starters are... Man, see, I hate that it has this heart and I can't read what you said. Field egg group. There we go. When I try and look at chat, if it's the newest message, they get like this little heart symbol on the chat and it blocks one of the words, so I can never see what people say. I don't know if overlapping egg groups messes with the triple Masuda hunts. I don't have any two egg groups the same, just ditto. Nice. Yeah, I think when I was doing this, when I was doing the starter hunt, I was worried that I was gonna get less of one of the starters because of egg group issues, since two of them were the same egg group and one of them wasn't. So I ended up just switching. Oh wait, no, what it was I put in a male and a female version of each starter, and then I was worried that because two of them were in the same egg group that they were gonna breed more eggs than the one starter's pair that wasn't in an egg group. So I thought to make it easier, I should just do like all three males and then a ditto. And that's what I did, and then I found my shiny Spritito.
Spritito.
Yeah.
Just like it's for Coco, you go for Coco. And then for Gretchen Wieners.
What?
You don't get that joke. You're a guy, you wouldn't get that joke.
Chompy friends. Heck yeah, Chompy. That reminds me of Land Before Time. You know what? I'm gonna get a shiny Tyrant and I'm gonna name it Chopper. Or Chompers from Land Before Time.
You watched this as a kid?
Yeah.
Which one did you resonate with the most?
I don't remember. Maybe the long neck one?
Really?
Maybe. He was the main character. Just like me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Littlefoot?
Yeah, there you go. That's his name.
Is Littlefoot a boy or is it?
I have no idea. I don't remember.
Oh, it is a boy.
I also have the Totodile in a Beast Ball. Really? That's awesome.
Sarah?
Totodile deserves Beast Ball for sure. Hey, I hope secretly that Feraligatr is going to get a new evolution in Pokemon Legends Z to A.
Did you say Feraligatr?
Yeah.
What the heck is that?
It's the final evolution of Totodile.
Is it an alligator looking thing?
Yes. That's...
I just swear if you say yes, it's part of this. I'll be like, really?
What?
Nothing.
No, it's named Gator. Well, it's actually named Alligator. Pretty sure Land Before Time was the very first movie I ever cried watching. Absolute classic. Littlefoot, Sarah, Ducky, Petrie. Yeah. Oh man. See, it's been so long since I've seen it. I remember the gists of it. I remember. I'm pretty sure I was sad during it too, but I haven't seen it in so long. I don't really remember much.
It was a TV show, I thought. Because we would watch it.
I mean, they might have had movies.
It was a movie because we watched it in a daycare all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Maybe I'll go back and I'll watch them all again here soon. I've been going through a bunch of TV shows. Like, just a couple weekends ago, we binged through all of Lord of the Rings extended version for the first time ever. And we did The Hobbit for the first, we did The Hobbit. It's a shame The Hobbit doesn't have, like, 3 extra hours of footage like the Lord of the Rings trilogy does. That's a shame. I would have loved for that. And then I've had my friend at work tell me a bunch of movies that he wants me to watch. he's been getting kind of mad at me that I haven't seen some of these movies. And I mean, we've seen some good ones with him. He recommended that I watched, after I watched Interstellar, which is now in my top 5 movies. It's so good. He recommended me watch all the other Christopher Nolan movies, which I loved the Batman for Christopher Nolan, so that we checked out Tenet, which was okay. Tenet wasn't, it's not a bad movie, it's just like the premise, like the movie was good, it's just, I guess it was super confusing, I guess, you know. But it was a good movie. What else did we see? We saw Inception for the first time. That was a good movie. What else did we see from him? I don't remember. Is there any others? Oh yeah, we had already seen, what was that? Oppenheimer that he did in the movie theaters. We saw that. Well, I watched it in theaters. And I can't remember if he's done any other movies. Oh, my game isn't... There we go. I didn't remember most of those names from Land Before Time. I just knew Littlefoot and Chomper. Yeah, Littlefoot and Chomper. I forgot the rest of the names, but when you brought them back, when you said them, I remembered them. Ducky I didn't remember. Sarah for Triceratops, I remember Triceratops. And Petrie I think was a pterodactyl. I don't remember who Ducky was. I was guessing Ducky was... Because I could have sworn there was, like, also a Stegosaurus. But it's kind of weird for a Stegosaurus to be named Ducky. It just doesn't fit as a name when you got Petrie for PT for pterodactyl. You got Littlefoot. I guess because he got little feet. And then you got Sarah for Triceratops. Oh, Spike. Yeah, Spike. There we go. The freak is that? Is an Allosaurus just a fancy way of saying a Stegosaurus, or... I've been thinking recently about going to a dinosaur museum. I went to a dinosaur museum once as a kid. Are you hunting Wailord on the side? I am. I have 3 games going for shiny 1% Wailord. I have 2 games doing Girafarig in the Hoenn Safari, and I have 4 games going for Kangaskhan in Kanto. We are really maximizing our shininess potential. Hello, by the way, Mike. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream and the dream, baby. We're really pushing too. We're pushing as best we can. So for Wailord, we're at 218 hours, and we have 3,000 encounters. Awesome, nice concentration. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate y'all being here. Y'all talking to me makes it so much easier to do this hunting. Like, I can just chill, listen to some music, and have some people to talk to. So thank you all so much for coming in and having conversations. I know it's a lot more difficult for y'all to shiny hunt and talk to me because y'all gotta type, whereas I just I have the easy job, right? I just sit here and talk into a microphone. A little low budget microphone. That sounds horrible. But we make do. Trying to get motivated back to shiny hunting. How do you get motivated? I just get so excited these days. Like, there's so many things I want to do with Pokemon. I've made it my goal. I want to get a shiny living dex, a full shiny living dex in Pokemon Home. But I want to get it from all different kinds of Pokemon, and so a lot of the time I just think, oh man, I want to do this hunt, I want to do that hunt. Like, I want to have unique hunts on my channel, and shiny hunting's not the only thing I want to do. So really, I just kind of do it. I have been unmotivated. My Gimme Ghoul hunt right now, I lost motivation for. Then I got some motivation, found the shiny, failed it, and now we've been struggling like really badly to reclaim it. And so I had to take a break from it and do a different hunt. I think for me, another thing that really helps is the fact that Generation 3 is my favorite generation. It's essentially what I grew up on. So to be able to come in here and play these games again with people who agree, and play these games in ways that I've never played before, because I never really knew about shinies as a kid, it just makes them a lot more special. And maybe I've got a horrible opinion on this, but I feel like a lot of games from back in the day that I played are just overall a lot better than the games you're finding today. There's some great ones out there for sure. Like, I do like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Elden Ring is incredible. You know, there's still great games, but just there's a lot of games from my childhood that I miss, and so to be able to play these games is pretty exciting. It isn't about the quality of the equipment, it's about the quality of the streamer. There's a reason I'm subbed. You're doing good stuff. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. I appreciate it. I've been thinking too these last few... So I keep thinking about it over and over again, but I want to make my own monster catching game. And I think that's going to be the first game I make when we start up when I'm able to actually financially start a video game studio. And I just think about it more and more, and it's so exciting, like the things that I want to put into it. It's so exciting to think about, you know? Like, I don't want to talk about everything because I don't want to lose my ideas, but just some of the things I think about. For example, what if you have free roam of the world, you know? You can, let's say for example, Hoenn, you could travel to any part of Hoenn at any point in time, right? And it's not locked behind badges. You can go, let's say from Little Root Town, you go north into what is that even little town called? And then you want to go east to Slateport City, you know? And you go east to Slateport City, and then you go north to Mauville, and you hit Mauville Gym first, you know? Because a lot of characters in the game do that, right? Wally didn't exactly go to Roxanne's gym first. He went on his own journey and his own path. So why not? What if you were able to just fully free roam the world? And on top of that, what if there were more than 8 gyms, and you could choose which gyms you wanted to battle? Like, say there's 10 gyms, and in order to get to the Pokemon League, all you need is 8. And so your journey is completely unique to you, because you could choose 8 gyms out of 10, or you could even go the extra mile because you love the gym challenge and you take on all 10, you know? That would be a lot of fun. Another thing I was super excited for that I keep thinking a lot about, yes, exactly, DCZ, like Scarlet Violet, except, oh man, that Nidoran on this blue game right here shinoed me. I thought that was blue for the longest time. The only thing that I would say different than Scarlet and Violet is that it would actually be it would make more sense to make it to where they cap your level, right? Not cap your level, but let's say if you have no gym badges, whatever gym you take on first is, say the Pokemon are level 15. So any gym you choose to challenge, you challenge that first gym, they got 3 Pokemon or 2 Pokemon and they're level 15, all right? And then you go to, you know, so if you took on the Ice Gym, for example, they only had 3 Pokemon and they're maxed at level 15. And then let's say you're for your second gym, 19, 20, and then you choose to take on the Bug Gym, and it's 3 Pokemon, and now they're level 20 instead of what they previously were. You know, so rather than capping your level, it's each gym scales with how many badges you have, kind of thing. That's one of the things I was thinking about. The other thing, one of the things I'm most excited about that I want to include is how you get your starter. I feel like one of the things that would make it really special for a starter is, what if instead of just a professor who is introduced to you at the start of the game and then lets you pick between 3 Pokemon, what if you have your catching tutorial that they force you to do every game is you exploring a little area, a biome that has different areas like a pond or a small forest or cave, and you find the starter that you want to start with and you catch it, and then you can shiny hunt it, of course, or whatever, you know. I think that would make it a lot more fun to get your starter, and it'd be a lot more memorable than just a professor giving you a Pokeball. Like Pokemon Rogue a bit. I've never played Pokemon Rogue. I've heard a lot of people talking about it recently. That makes sense, and just add the team for the higher badge, but HMs is the issue. Use or don't use in the future. Right. Yeah, that's one thing that you'd have to figure out to do if you're going to lock anything behind HMs. I've been trying to think of Pokemon designs. There's a couple Pokemon designs I really want to include. I secretly want to add a Phalanx in my game. And I secretly want to add Gyarados and Milotic, so you might see something along those lines. They'll be different, though. Like, I think for the Gyarados line, for example, it'll be whatever Pokemon would evolve into essentially Gyarados, the female version would always evolve into what is essentially Milotic, rather than it being 2 different forms. And I think my Gyarados would be a very strong special attacker, and Milotic would be just a super bulky tank kind of thing. And the Phalanx, oh my goodness. I love Phalanx so much, and I'm so upset that it's not that good in Pokemon, so I want to do it justice. I don't want to take all Pokemon's designs, but those 2 I want to do justice. You think the Firestarter going... What Pokemon game would you like remake the best? Are you asking, like, if I could remake a game, which one would I choose to remake? If you're asking me which one, I'm a huge fan of Hoenn. Generation 3 is my absolute #1 pick. It's my #1 out of any Pokemon game, so I would take that. If I could get it in an open world Hoenn game, I would. The only thing I say is not good about Hoenn is that while I don't mind there being so many water routes, and they're really unique with how you handle the interact with the water routes. You know, you can dive, you can surf, you can waterfall. There's abandoned ships that you can explore, and hidden caves that you can explore in the water routes and everything, and Pacific Log Town. There's so many cool areas, but a lot of the routes are the exact same Pokemon, right? Tentacool, Tentacruel, Pelipper, Wingull. There's not really any diversity there. So I would like to see more water Pokemon diversity included in a remake in Generation 3. You grew up on Gen 3 as well, favorite as well, brings back good memories. Absolutely, I remember being a kid and playing this game. I wish I had known about shinies back then, so I could have started hunting at an early age. I also wish I still had my old games from when I was a kid, but something happened to them. My cousin says I gave them to him. I don't think that's the case. I think somebody got some sticky fingies. But yeah, so I lost all my games, but I still have my DS. I still have my childhood DS for some reason, but I don't have the Game Boy and I don't have the Game Boy games. Totally agree, go for it. You have plans for things, that's good. Thank you, I'm glad you think so. I want to make, not only do I want to make that game, which again, another thing I want to do is I want to make Generations just like Pokemon, but I want to update the older games, you know? So I think one big thing I want to do is if you have your starter from the first generation and you want to continue your journey into the next game, you can carry your character over, so every Pokemon you catch in that next generation is under the same ID. And at the same time, if you want to start fresh with the starters that are in the new generation, you can. Or if you really want to continue your journey with the starter that you had from the first generation, you can do that. And then at the same time, if you want to take a new generation Pokemon into the old generation, you can do that as well, right? And you can experience that older generation with the newer Pokemon. I think that would be really cool, allowing you that freedom and customization to really enjoy the world at your leisure. Sounds like a dope way to get the starter. I'm glad you think so, Maleficus. I thought about it and I thought it'd be cool because, you know, not all of us are kids, not all of us are in school, but I thought, you know, a great way to get a tutorial out the way is have you graduate from school, and that makes a lot of sense. Like similar to Scarlet and Violet, if you need to get an understanding of the mechanics, you can do some studying there, and then you're essentially graduating, and your graduation is you go catch your starter of choice, and then you go on your journey. I thought to, instead of, I'm not really good, I'm not super artistic, so I'm struggling with creating designs for creatures, and I'm also struggling with story. So I've been thinking for the first game, there wouldn't be a story. I would have to rely a lot more on the creativity portion of it and the exploration and the monster catching aspect. Because, I mean, let's be honest, Pokemon's game stories are pretty shallow, and if you take the stories out, it's pretty much the same game. So I don't think there would really be an issue if I didn't include a story in the first game, at least. So I think instead of focusing on a story with an evil team where you have to solve the problems, I think it would focus on you doing your adventure your way. You know, I would think there's 3 main areas you can go down, and you can do them in any way you want. For example, you could go the route of being a professor, and you could do research with the professor and help understand the world of these creatures better. You know, you can catch multiple types and do all kinds of investigations and all things like that. The other route you could go is you could essentially be like a ranger, and you can take quests to save people and Pokemon that are in trouble, and you can rank up in your quests that way. And then of course the other one is to progress down the standard route of being a champion, where you can take on the gyms and then challenge the Elite Four and become a champion. And there would be more gyms than what you're required to, so while you go on this journey and you get your team together, even though a lot of people go down the route of being a champion, you could still do it your own way. If you want to do all the gyms, you want to do the bare minimum, but you don't want to take on this specific one. So those were things that I've been thinking about that would really make it unique and draw some interest, in my mind at least. Maybe I'm totally off on that, you know. Maybe I eventually release this in 5, 10, 15 years and it flops because all that. Something funny just happened to me in Violet. An egg hatched at a 45-degree angle, so Fuecoco is just staring into the camera instead of into space. Hey, he knows you. He's looking into your soul right now. He said, I know I'm not shiny, but if you release me, I will haunt you. Alright, I gotta run, have work tomorrow. Good luck with Hans. Thanks, Maleficus. It's been so great having you here. I hope you have a wonderful night. I'll see you tomorrow. Emerald and Crystal need remakes. Water Pokemon is the most used. Water Pokemon is the most used. One thing I don't like about Water Pokemon is that you don't get them that quickly, right? Like the majority of the time you have to wait till you get an old rod, and even then basically all you get is a Magikarp, which, don't get me wrong, I love Gyarados, but I feel like a lot of water Pokemon are kind of blocked to mid game. And I would think that like they would want to make those better versions of the games, right? Crystal, Platinum, Emeralds, but all the remakes they've done lately are of the original versions, not the enhanced version. And I guess that's because they like selling 2 copies of the same game rather than 1. But hey, you know, maybe an opinion to de-level the Pokemon. See, now here's something that most people will probably not like, is I was thinking about kind of scrapping the level system of a Pokemon, because I'm thinking the only way to really get around the idea of that leveling and then your Pokemon is significantly leveled is, instead of having an actual level like, oh, level 5 Squirtle to level 20 or whatever, it would be, you'd still get experience and you would technically level up, but instead of getting a level up that increases all your stats, you instead get stat points that you could choose to put into specific things like HP or attack or defense or whatever, and that way, instead of having to also level up and then do IVs and EVs, you could instead just train your Pokemon the way you want to. Now, of course, there would have to be soft caps and hard caps for stats to make it a little bit harder to get it equally. But again, I'm not a developer. I'm not super technical. This is just early stage thinking. But my mindset here is again kind of pulling from the anime. You know how Ash has had Pikachu for 20 plus seasons, and it still seems like he still meets his match with Pikachu against various people, when technically it should already be max leveled and should probably blow everything out of the water. And this would keep it more in line with that idea of him being able to level up stats and everything. So you wouldn't have to worry about being over leveled for specific areas, because everything would still provide a challenge. But at the same time, if you train your Pokemon right, then you would still blow people out of the water. It's that whole idea of, oh, if you're properly training, then it makes it a lot easier, kind of thing. But I know a lot of people like looking at things like, oh, I've raised my Pokemon's levels this high, so I think it would unfortunately take away the aspect of progression in that aspect, which could cause some damage there. Mike, I'm guessing you're agreed about the water Pokemon being the most used. Gotta go, nice ideas. Alright, Mike, I will see you tomorrow. I am gonna stream tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do shiny hunting or Elden Ring. We'll see. I might actually just not do Safari Zone tomorrow and do some other shiny hunting, because like I said, for some reason I've been really wanting to hunt Tangela, and I don't know why. When do you get those? What's up, Andre? How you doing, little bro? Sorry, I missed your message. What are you talking about? When did I get what? Keep the nice stream going. Thank you, I appreciate it. I still think some sort of... What is S? See, this is what I'm talking about. The heart story is necessary. I agree, but I think one of the issues throwing me off from a story is if I force a story, it's gonna be worse than if I don't have a story, right? And then when I say that, I think about a lot of Pokemon games where the story's just mediocre, you know? And you don't really need the story in there. Now, if I can find a good storyline in it, I'm thinking, again, it might be a little original to have something fresh where you don't rely on the story in one game, and then maybe in the next one there is an evil team that you have to deal with, and kind of mix it up, you know. But again, at the same time, I also think it's, let's be honest, you're a kid who's just now starting out his journey. Why are you immediately solving the issues of every organization, and the top people of the region are doing absolutely nothing? When did you get those? Paras I got 2 days ago before I went to work, and it fled after 3 Shake Fake, and Doduo I got yesterday off stream. So I'm not saying the story's bad. I'm not saying I don't want a story. It's just, again, I have the idea of wanting this thing, but I'm not super artistic. I'm not super talented when it comes to writing a good story. I have ideas for stories I want written, but I've never put enough effort into writing a story before to actually be good at it, so I don't want to put a half-baked story in. That Kangaskhan shinoed me pretty hard there. I don't want to put a half-baked story in there just so that there's a story. I want the story to either be good, or the story is going to be focused on your journey through the region. You gonna get another one? Watch? Heck yeah, I love it. Let's see it. Honestly, since I don't have a shiny Paras yet, I wouldn't mind getting another shiny Paras. If I get a Kangaskhan that stays first ball, I'd be pumped about that. I'd also love to see an Oddish. Girafarig would be super cool. If I see Pinsir or Scyther, that would be insane. I'm gonna write the story. You gonna write the story? Yeah? Am I gonna hire you on for my game studio as a writer? You know. Man, that's crazy how much I just spent talking about this idea that I've been thinking about. I've been trying to think of good designs too, and I've actually been reaching out to people on X and Twitter who can design creatures. So they can do like concept art for some creatures that I have in mind, so that I can start actually working on that portion of it. I think one of the hardest things that I'm gonna have to overcome is I have to have a big diversity of creatures, and I have to have a good name. I haven't been able to think of a good name yet for my Pokemon game. Like, what am I gonna call them? You know? That one's been a struggle. And then also, too, another thing that I've been thinking about that I'm kind of worried about is maybe I'm just out of touch with the current generation of people, and maybe they don't care if the game is priced properly, you know, because I've been reading things, and a lot of people have that mindset of if a game is cheap, then it's bad, you know. So if I want to make games cheap and affordable for people rather than trying to push a bunch of microtransactions and make them $170, you know, and all that. But clearly people have this expectation that if it's expensive, it's good, and if it's cheap, it's bad. So I could potentially be harming my game by doing that. And then of course I don't know the legal stuff, so I don't know what I have to do to make sure I don't get sued by some crazy people. Oh my gosh, your monster catching game made me do this. Now I'm gonna sue you for $1 million. Like, no, I don't know. I think a plant creature based on a lemon battery would be cool. Like a plant rhino with metal horns. That Kangaskhan on the right is making me shino really bad, so I gotta take a look at it. Like copper and the other metal that I can't remember. It looks like it's not shiny, but I'm gonna ball it anyways. Imagine I just accidentally catch a shiny. Zinc, it was zinc. Alright, it fled. Okay. I don't think it was shiny. We're good. See, this Game Boy has like washed out colors, and it makes me shino kind of hard because of that. Ooh, Nidoran male, female, female, male. So you'd want a plant rhino with zinc and copper horns. That'd be cool. I was thinking about what types aren't common in Pokemon. I was thinking Grass Electric. Grass Electric is such a cool typing. I actually really like Hisuian, Voltorb, and Electrode. It's just a shame. I just don't like Hisuian Electrode's Chloroblast, just because it takes away like half your HP. Unless, you know what you could do? You could just do Chloroblast Hisuian Electrode with Alakazam. You just skill swap Magic Guard onto it, Chloroblast, no health loss, and just wreck everybody. I don't even know what abilities. What abilities does Hisuian Electrode even have? That's actually a cracked ability. I'm gonna have to look into that and see, because I feel like that could actually be a strong type, a strong synergy right there. I'm gonna win Worlds next year with that synergy. Not really. That would be funny if I do. Yeah, shooting the Electro in his glass cannon, I was thinking a tanky version. Yeah. You know what is a really... I saw a lot of concept art for like an old version of Magneton, and it's like the Magneton, but it's got vines all over it. And I guess there's gonna be like grass electric or grass and steel. That would have been incredible. Could you imagine like a steel, a Magnemite or Magneton that is covered in grass? I would have loved that so much. Come on, shinies. That's right, Andre. Let's make them shinies come to life. $2,400 encounters. What is another type combination that I really want to see? I really want to see a bug dragon. Pursuing Electrode apparently has soundproof, static, and aftermath. Aftermath was the thing I was thinking of, yeah. Because I was thinking like you use Magic Guard skill swap, you give the Electrode Magic Guard, your Alakazam gets aftermath. They probably hit you with a physical move, and either Alakazam survives, or it gets KO'd and does aftermath damage to a Pokemon. I want to see a fairy dragon. That would be insane. That would be power creep. Speaking of dragons, you know what I want to see? I want to see Generation 10, all 3 starters evolve into dragons. Grass dragon, water dragon, fire dragon. I think dragon typing is the only type that they refuse to give a starter, right? Bug, they haven't given bug. They haven't given... Have they done steel? Has any of the starters gotten steel type in them yet? Mega Ataria doesn't exist anymore, yeah. You mean at all, or just... Is Mega Altaria fairy? Well, it might Legend Z Day. Yeah. Is it Fairy Dragon? Fairy Dragon, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I want to see electric and fire. Electric fire would be so cool as like a sweeper. You make it fast and super specially offensive. Dude, that would be incredible. I think Bug Dragon would be super unique. I want to see... What was another type that I was thinking of the other day? I want to see a water and fire type that's not a mythical, that you can just commonly use, you know? Like, get Volcanion out of here. Give me just a normal Pokemon that's water and fire. Psychic and electric. Yeah, that would be another offensive powerhouse typing. I guess I meant usable. Not exists, sorry. Right, I think we're just talking in general at this point though, about all types. What starter trio types would you make? Are we talking like for my game, or are we talking for Pokemon? If we're talking Pokemon, I would make all 3 types evolve into dragons. So there's 2 types. The first one would be, I would make it to where all 3 final evolutions are dragons. So you have a fire dragon, you have a water dragon, you have a grass dragon. The other one I would do is I would make a type, the trio work together. So for example, you would have a fire water starter, you would have a grass fire starter, and then you have a water grass starter. You know, you combine those 3 types together as the final evolutions. That's what I would love to see out of some starter final evos. What about you, Abyssal? You want to see fire grass? Yeah, I'd like to see a better fire grass type than what is that Pokemon called? I don't know. I can't even think of the name of it. The 2-head creature from Gen 9. I think grass, electric, fire. See this again. The heart is in the way. 1 second. Fire. Fire bug and water rock would do well for balance. Nice. Those are some good types. A fire bug. Give me Senna Scorch as a starter. What would make that super cool is I remember watching A-Drive play A-Drive was playing what is it, the fire red super hard version. It's like Emerald Kai, I think it's like Fire Red Kaizo or something like that. And he got a Senna Scorch, and it had the ability called Mountaineer, so it was immune to rock type moves. You give me a fire bug starter that has Mountaineer as an ability, that would be amazing. Water rock would be pretty cool. The only thing, I guess the only issue I have with the water rock typing is I don't like any of the current water rock types, you know. Binacle and whatever it's called, I don't really like that. I guess I just haven't been too impressed with the water types too much, you know. Sobble just didn't do it for me. Samurott, didn't really care for either of the Samurotts. What is that? Oshawott, didn't really care for Oshawott. So if they make like a cool water rock Pokemon, I'm down for that as a starter. What about a beaver for water rock? Ooh, that would be cool. Grass electric. You're thinking of a tanky grass electric typing, which would be cool. Fire water. I'm telling you, fire water would be an incredible combination there. The rock could be pumice, the rock that floats. I love the detail you're putting into this. Like, you're not just saying rock, you're saying like rock that actually makes sense. And you're giving good ideas to it. Really? I'm already out of time on that Kanto game right there? Alright, so that's 3. Here's 6. Here's 9. Let's see if we can get 12 real fast. 12. Perfect. Also, I came up with the fire bug type animal in your streams. The fire ant with a boomerang. Ooh. Was that like, instead of its little antenna things, it was like a boomerang that it could throw? Or am I just making something up? I don't need hairline. What are you doing to me? See, this is the problem. If I let the commercials go, then they just pile on, right? But if I skip the commercials, then we're good. You know, if they were more reasonable in their commercials, I wouldn't mind letting the commercials play. But then they take advantage of that, and they play super long commercials, or they shove as many as they can down your throat. The Australian person, I don't remember who was here during that. Oh yeah, I remember. Australia is such a scary place. I was just watching a video the other day of like a kangaroo that was trying to drown a dog, and like the dude went out there to go save his dog from the kangaroo. Freaking a-hole, bro. Kangaroos, a-hole? Absolutely. Now that I said that, though, I'm not gonna find a shiny Kangaskhan. You know, I feel like Kangaskhan is such a cool Pokemon. I wish they really would capitalize on the baby form of Kangaskhan. I wish there would be a male version of Kangaskhan, too. It's another thing I don't want to do. I don't really want to add Pokemon that don't have an evolution, and then... I'm just going to call it Pokemon, by the way, because I don't have a name for mine yet. I don't want to add a Pokemon with no evolution, and then 6 generations later give it an evolution. Just feels bad. I don't mind adding, like, a split evolution later on down the line. Like, oh, this one can now evolve into this rock type one instead. You know, I don't mind that, but no. I guess the beaver could have a rock type trapping move. See, I was thinking its tail was gonna be a rock. You know, I was thinking of like a kind of crystallized rock, and it would have a special move built on the idea of like it using its tail to smack the enemies, which would then cause either shards of rock to get embedded, dealing damage every turn, or something along those lines. The Rhino could have a grass type Nuzzle move. Ooh, that's not bad, yeah. What are you up to, Andre? Are you doing any safari hunting? Or are you just chilling? I was thinking like a beaver dam. Oh, like it builds a dam, yeah. And gets you stopped. It stops you from moving. Oh man, my game's not even going. How long has it been? 23 minutes? Has it really been 23 minutes, or did I just... There's no way it's been 23 minutes. I must have forgotten to activate it. Trying to send you all my luck. Thank you, I appreciate it. I really want to see at least one shiny. I'd love to see, honestly, I'd love to see Oddish or Girafarig from Hoenn. We just passed 2,500 encounters in Hoenn, and we just passed 2,500 encounters in Kanto as well. You missed the Fire Ant's move? Did I? Fire Ant could have a signature move that's like a boomerang but with a chance to burn. Ooh. I did miss that. That's cool. Abyssal, if you don't mind, when I get closer to make this video game, I really want to try and get some ideas going with you. I'd love to try and create one or two with you. If you're interested when that time comes. I gotta go, I need to eat something. Alright, well thanks so much for hanging out, Abyssal. Sorry it was so late that I started streaming today. I had meant to stream a couple hours ago. But then I had to go take somebody out to go eat, and it just ended up being to where I didn't get home until like an hour ago. But enjoy your food. Hopefully I see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye. You'd love to see Pinsir or Wailord, Andre? Heck yeah, me too, me too. I'm all about that. We're at 3,000 encounters. That's a lot of encounters. I'm fine finishing the Wailord hunt here. If we wanna get a shiny Wailord, I'm not gonna cry about it. It's time for the Whale Lord to come home. That's right. Elden Lord, meet the Whale Lord. I've actually been debating like letting the Waylord hunt go while I'm doing Elden Ring, but I don't know. I think it would kind of throw things off a bit if I did the hunt on the side, you know. I gotta find a separate way that I can record, and then if I do, I could just record the Waylords on the side while doing Elden Ring, and then I could do that. Anybody got ideas on how I could do that? I'd probably have to get a second PC, right? Dude, this washed out color on this screen is making me shino so hard. Maybe. Because I don't think I could stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time and do a separate recording. Like, I could technically, I think, use my what do you call it? Elgato. I could probably do a recording through Elgato. The issue is, I think that's too much for my PC and it would probably crash my PC. But then again, maybe I'm underestimating my PC. Maybe I should just give it a try, you know? 2,700 encounters for Kangi. Alright. I think we're just gonna put a stop on Giraffe Rig. And we're just gonna go full throttle on Kangaskhan, right? So I think my best bet at this point is just get as many encounters as I can going, and that's gonna really require me to focus up. Oops. Waylord on screen. Let's see it. Let's see that purple Waylord. You know, another show I've been recently thinking about watching is Samurai Jack. Anybody remember Samurai Jack as a kid? That was a pretty good show. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've been thinking about watching it. Give me just a second. I gotta turn off these fans. It's kind of pissing me off that we left these fans on and nobody's using them. Quick stretch break. I'm also gonna go to the restroom. If y'all find the Waylord while I'm gone, I'm gonna punch you in the throat.
exceptional beard trimming quality of the Beard Hedger with the power and precision of the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. The 5.0 comes with a dual interchangeable head for trimming and smooth shaving. Then there's the Groin and Go bundle. This bundle includes the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, and because they never stop innovating, it also comes with the Handyman, a compact face shaver that's perfect for quick scruff cleanup. Get yours now with free shipping on every order at manscaped.com.
Over the past 120 years, we've fueled our fair share of drives, each one magical in its own way. Because as long as there are great drives to be had, we will be here to fuel them. Texaco, forever in drive.
What are you saying yes to, Andre? Oh, Samurai Jack, that's right. My bad, I forgot. Alright. Alright, all three of my games are going. Oh, Samurai Jack would be great. There was another show that I remember watching. It was like him, some bigger dude, and then a little girl, and it was animated. Well, it was a Jackie Chan anime cartoon thing, and I only remember seeing like 1 or 2 episodes. I have no idea what it was about, but I'm kind of interested to go back and watch that. Kind of want to watch In Between the Lions again. That was a show I remember as a kid. What was it? Cliffhanger or whatever his name is. And there's another show that I was watching as a kid. Aside from Dexter's Laboratory. DD. We are going. Yes, DD. Pinky and the Brain. What else is there? Man, there was one other show I was thinking of that I wanted to watch. Dragon Tales, I think it was, right? Yeah, Dragon Tales. Oh my gosh, I hit the B button. Why are you not, like, backing out of that battle? I hate that. It's alright. We'll get this down eventually.
Wavy perforations tear so much better. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tape.
Andre, did I tell you about the Dunsparce hunt that I'm gonna do? I'm going to be the first person on YouTube to get a Gen 3 shiny Dunsparce. Dude, I'm hitting the B button. Why? That's so dope. Heck yeah. It'll be amazing. You know, something I do at work a lot now is I clap a lot at work. Like, I just clap randomly. Like, I'll just be walking around and clap. People will be looking at me. Weird. I work in a very loud environment, so everything's very loud. So you gotta talk loud. You gotta clap loud. And just with all that loud noise, it makes me want to be loud. You know? We're almost at 3,000, by the way, encounters. See, we're starting to blow through encounters now that we're on just 4 games. We're at 2,900 encounters. A new Nick Cage movie? Arcadian? That's interesting. You know what I'm gonna do tonight? Once stream ends, I'm gonna put on a movie, and I'm gonna go grab a Beldum from Steven Stone, and I'm gonna go beat down, and I'm gonna power level it, and I'm gonna get it ready to take on the towers. We're gonna, cause I gotta ribbon master everybody on my Emerald Dream Team quest, and then once I finish ribbon mastering everybody on the Dream Team quest, I can complete the Emerald DTQ, and then that'll open up post-game Emerald on all my games, so I can start doing Safari Zone, and I can do my Dunsparce hunting and everything. It's just gonna open up a lot more stuff for us. We can also prep some eggs for a Totodile hunt, Cyndaquil hunt, so on and so forth. Oh, we getting a Wailord on screen? Let's see it. It was blue. I also really like this layout, everybody. I actually think it looks really nice, really clean with those 3 games to the left, the main screen in the center, small webcam, but you can still see my face, and then the little bar for all the shinies I find. Back-to-back Wailords on the same game. We're officially at 3,000 encounters. Did you do any safari hunting, Andre? No. This is incredibly fast. Like, when I'm doing this at full speed, I'm doing almost 1,000 encounters an hour. It's stupid. The only issue is the lack of encounter, I wish it was less about being on a timer with how many steps you could take and more of just like when you run out of Pokeballs. That would be a lot cooler. If they're like, hey, you just play until you're out of Pokeballs. And they'd be like, hey, you can stop at certain points in the Safari Zone and you can buy more Safari Balls from some of our game wardens, so you don't even have to leave. You can just walk over to another place and be like, hey, let me buy another 30. I really want at least one more phase for my YouTube video, because I really want to be able to make it a compilation. I feel like with just 2 encounters we can't do that. The shinies at the top ones found or targets? Found. I guess I should have highlighted that, yeah. The grayed out Paras ran from me. The Doduo I managed to find. Oh man, I love that picture, by the way, Gyaramax. Are you a big fan of Gyarados as well? Like yours truly? Sorta. It's only my second favorite. Hey, second favorite's very high up there. What's your favorite? Are you gonna say Gardevoir? That would be hilarious if you do, because Gardevoir's probably my second favorite. Trevenant, Unite and Go shoved it up there. I don't know what it did in Go, but I love shiny Trevenant. That red and white looks so good. And I've never played Pokemon Unite, so I can't say. I like it. Like, Pokemon Unite seems like a great game. I didn't even know Trevenant was in that game. It used to be cracked in PvP. You talking in Pokemon Go PvP? I guess so. Yeah, because it only has PvP. Unite is only PvP. What did you use it in? Great League? Man, that Nidoran looked like it was gonna be pink. Pinkish purple. I don't even think I've caught Phantom yet. Great League, yeah. I use some random Pokemon in my Great League. Like, my team is Armaldo, Crawdont, and I forget the third Pokemon I use. Oh, Kofagrigus. And I actually generally do pretty good in Great League with those 3. I don't think many people expect those random Pokemon. I think everybody expects the super meta stuff. And so when I play, it usually lets me get the upper hand on most people. I actually just started playing Pokemon Go again recently. My team is Togekiss, Galarian Stunfisk, and you think Annihilate. Oh my gosh, I forgot about Annihilate. I wonder if I have a good Primeape that I can evolve into Annihilate. I don't even know how you do that. Like, is it just candies, or do you have to do something special to evolve it? Galarian Stunfisk. You're talking in Great League? I didn't even know Annihilate only... I didn't even know. I would have thought Annihilate would be Ultra League. But I mean, I guess my Golem's around the level of... Well, my Golem's slightly over Great League, so I guess that's not too surprising. KO 30 Psychic Ghost types and PvP with it as your buddy. Ooh. Do you have to use it when you're KOing those types, or is it just any Pokemon can knock out those 30? And then the second part of that question is, can you farm it in like starting PvP with a friend, or do you have to do it in online only? That would suck if you have to do it in online only, because I feel like you wouldn't run into many ghost or psychic types.
Hey.
And yes, you can farm it. Okay, that's good at least. That makes it much easier. What?
Come here.
What?
I'll show you something.
What do you want to show me?
Come here. I'll show you.
Alright, everybody. Give me just a moment. I'll let y'all see these 4 encounters real fast.
You wish you could go down. And come here.
What? Alright.
Seriously, I'm tired.
Yeah. Funny enough, Togekiss is an incredibly rare sight in Great League due to it being unable to have low enough CP since like 2017.
No, you have less than 20 minutes.
For what?
You said you were getting off.
When did I say that? I don't remember that.
That's great.
Seriously, I'm pretty sure you made that one up because I don't remember ever saying I was getting off at midnight. But I am getting off soon so that we can watch a movie. Why is it, never mind, it was 2018 to 2020. What happened? I think because Together stopped spawning in the wild or something. And can you just not find a low enough level Togepi or something, or hatch a Togepi, or find a wild Togetic? Oh, Togetic stopped spawning in the wild. So the only way to get one was to hatch a Togepi, which was always too high CP. Oh, that's unfortunate. So you probably do really well in Great League with that then, since it's so hard to come by. I got lucky and found a flower crown togetic during an event with an almost perfect PvP IV and a low enough CP. Nice. Flower crown, huh? I need to put my Pokemon Go thing on here so that people can add me so that I can have some friends. I'm trying to get all the presents done for the shiny Mew event. Good luck with the grind. What's up, Pokedon? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well today. Thanks for stopping by. Are you doing any shiny hunting? You doing any Safari Week grinding? The Masterwork research? Yes. It's like asking me to do 151 gifts to people, and I'm at like 100 right now. Not gonna lie though, I hardly play Pokemon Go. I'm slowly getting back into it, but yeah. We'll see how long it retains my attention for. I'm not really one for Safari Week, I'm more of a soft reset hunter. Ooh, nice. Are you doing any soft resets right now? There's still a couple soft reset hunts I need to do in Gen 3. I need to do Rayquaza. I need to do Mewtwo. I need to do all 3 Reggies. Technically the joining a Pavilion pattern server? What is that? I have no idea what that is. I don't play Pokemon Go enough. In fact, I just started, I re-downloaded it like 3 days ago or something, so I have no idea what that is. Cameron, what's going on? Welcome back to the stream. Dang, we got a lot of people that popped in here just now. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're all doing well today. We've got on the side, all the way to the left, the 3 games top to bottom are Shiny Hunting, the 1% Wailord, and Pokemon Ruby. To give you an idea, we are at 3,126 encounters as of this Wailord, and the time we've spent is 219 hours and 55 minutes. So that hunt has been incredibly slow. And then right here we have, oh, my camera's messed up. There we go. We got 4 games hunting in the Kanto Safari. I did originally have 2 DSs up here that were going for Girafarig, but I felt like that was slowing me down a bit too much, so now we're just going to focus strictly on Kanto Safari. Bro, I'll have a week of depression if I went safari hunting. They're always running. Yeah, as you can see, Paraz was my first shiny I found this week, and it ran away from me. That kind of hurt. That was very painful. Because it's a Paraz, right? You're like, oh, that's such an easy Pokemon. No sweat. And then it runs away from you. It's the ultimate disappointment. Yeah, I'm hunting Registeel in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon right now at 1800 resets. Is that one of the games with the increased odds, 4092, or is that after Sun and Moon? I don't think there's anything after Sun and Moon, and then it goes into the Switch, right? I could, oh yeah, it's gotta be, because I think X and Y is before that, and I think X and Y is when they increase the shiny odds. Or maybe it's mid Gen 5. On Discord? Really? People used to send gifts for postcards to get Scatterbug with different country patterns. It keeps cutting out? Is it? How's it sound now? Does it sound any better now? Test 1 2 test. Let's see. See, low quality all the time. That's all these streams are, baby. Test 1 2. Testing. gotta make it work. Gen 6 and up is doable shiny odds, yes. Oh, double, not doable. I can read. I can read basic English, I promise. If my mic is still messing up, I apologize. We're probably gonna be wrapping things up here in just a minute. Oh my gosh, I don't like these corny commercials. Get out of here. Never mind, the mic was lag on my end. Oh, okay, cool. Glad I'm not messing up. Although I wouldn't be surprised because I suck when it comes to audio and things like that. How long have you been uploading streaming? Streaming on YouTube I started a couple months ago because Twitch did the change that lets you do Twitch and YouTube. Prior to that, I've been doing streaming on YouTube or on Twitch for 4 years now, I think.
Yeah.
I generally stream during my weekends, which is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and every other Wednesday. I usually take one day off of no streaming out of those days, but that's generally the days that you'll find me streaming. At my current job, at least, because my current job has me working 12 hours a day, so I don't really have time to stream or anything. I don't want to stream for just an hour and then get off, especially because it'd be super early in the morning, like 5 o'clock my time. What? 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 No, no.